First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Tsangkhom. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dupten Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the good practice tonight, the yellow Jambala. Sumo Tanjang Katso Tutan Siddhi, all Dhamma masters, Dhamma educators, Dhamma teachers, Dhamma instructors, Dhamma tutors, directors of temples and chapters and centers, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good evening, everyone. How do you do? Just now, we watched the animation produced by TBSN about Pingala, the wish-fulfilling youth. The colorings are truly wonderful. There are many Buddhas and Bodhisattvas images that are painted, and there are several deities that by painting them it would be imprinted in your heart and mind. And most importantly, having these deities imprinted on your mind is different from thinking about, because by painting it, that your mind will be on the painting and it would be imprinted on your heart and mind. So that's why there are many tantric disciples who use painting the images of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas as their spiritual cultivation. So by painting their images, it's the same as painting your own image, because it's very, see, by being carefully paying attention to the image, gradually it would be very easy to visualize. As soon as you close your eyes, you would be able to see the deity. So that's why by drawing or coloring or painting Pingala, it would be very easy to gain spiritual responses with him or spiritual union with him. So we practice Yellow Jambala, of the 8 primary deities. We also treat yellow Jambala as one of the wealth deities. And he's also one of the 4 Maharajas, which is the 4 heavenly kings. He is Vaisravana, and in addition, there are also Drashtarashtra, Virudaka, and Virupaksa devas. In mainland China, all the Chinese-style temples, you would be able to see the 4 heavenly kings as soon as you enter into the temple complex. And then at the center, there would be the future Buddha Maitreya Bodhisattva. And then behind him, you turn around, there would be Skanda Bodhisattva. And then you go further and look ahead, there would be the main hall, the main temple hall. So the 4 heavenly kings is the primary ones when you enter into the temple. So the 4 heavenly kings are also Buddhist disciples, and they made the vow to support and protect Buddha Dharma. And they are also Indra and Mahabrahma. They're all the heavenly devas or gods who support Buddha Dharma. And the 4 heavenly kings are also wealth deities. Our True Buddha School disciples, I have said that True Buddha School is also the school for winning lotteries. There are many people who has won lotteries by practicing wealth deities. So he is a very famous wealth deity. Don't undermine him, and he can support you. That's why we refer to them as the 4 heavenly kings who support the world, and they are closest to the Saha world. The 4 heavenly kings. The teacher is talking about the Bible, about the flood, the Noah's Ark. I use the Taiwanese dialect. Noah's Ark. And in the flood, all the living beings died. And Xiaoming asked the teacher, "Are you sure that all living beings are dead?" "Yes." "How about the fish?" And the teacher said, "Get out of here." A young, hot 20-year-old girl was stopped by a policeman when she was driving a car. And the girl asked the police officer, "Is it drunk driving if you use alcohol to clean your wound? And the police officer said, no. Where's your wound? It's my heart. That's why I use alcohol to disinfect it. A man wanted a cell phone and brought out an ID. This is only meaningful in Chinese. Yeah, this is Taiwanese actually. Now we'll get on to the Q&A. A question from Taiwan. I always forget. How do you pronounce this? Question by Si Lian Ting. Amitabha, homage to the lineage root guru, precious Grandmaster. I would like to inquire about channels and chakras. In Tantric Buddhism, we utilize the inner fire and body chakra or light drops reservoir to open the 5 chakras. Is there a specific order in which the chakras should be opened? For example, should the brow chakra be opened first, followed by the throat chakra, heart chakra, and then the navel and the sacral chakras? Is it possible to use physical exercises to open the individual chakras? Or is there a sequential aspect of it? How do we know that our channels and chakras are open? You have once mentioned that open channels and chakras will allow one to see lights. When opening a certain channel or chakra, what kind of quality will one display? For example, when the heart chakra is open, will one be more loving? Thank you, Grandmaster, for your advice. Based on what I know, typically speaking, the opening of the 5 chakras is like this. The first one typically is from the navel chakra. Because the inner fire is at the 4-finger width below the navel chakra. It is closest to the navel chakra, which is the area 4-finger width below the navel. That's where the inner fire is ignited. Therefore, the navel chakra is the first one. And then following the navel chakra, it is up to you. The brow chakra is to melt the body chakra. And then it starts to descend, and then the inner fire ignites and then merges. By opening a chakra, you would display transcendent power. The 5 chakras relate to the 5 transcendent powers. Only the transcendent power of complete outflow is missing. So with opening one chakra, then you would experience a proportion of certain transcendent power. So, is it possible to use physical exercises to open individual chakras? Yes. The question is right. So the physical exercises would be the Vajra, fist exercises and yogas. So whichever chakra you want to open, you need to perform the exercises and the yoga for those areas, like the Vajra fist exercises. To open the navel chakra, you need to twist your waist to loosen up the central channel area of that navel area, so the chi can open the channels around the area, so the channels would be loosened up. That's the function. And for the throat chakra, you need to move the throat area. And for the brow chakra, you also want to loosen this area, because the channels are usually very tight and you need to loosen them up. Brow chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, navel chakra, and sacral chakra. So there are specific physical exercises of Vajra, fist exercises and yoga for each of the chakras. Yes, that can be done. And when each of the chakras is open, there would be transcendent power appearing. So when the heart chakra is open, will the practitioner be more loving? No, it's not related. When you open the heart chakra, it's not that your love or loving heart is inside your heart chakra. No, the loving heart is not inside your heart chakra. It's not outside, or it's your consciousness. Loving heart is inside your mind. That's my opinion. It's not outside, it's not inside, and it's not in the middle. Where is it then? It's your mind, intent, right? Everything operates based on intent. Like the descent of light drops and ascent of the inner fire based on our intent or thoughts. And that's the answer to to this reference in Taiwan. So what kind of phenomena will manifest? They would have some transcendent power. And the opening of each chakra symbolizes a fruition in Tantric Buddhism. By opening 5, then you would reach the 10th ground. Opening the 6th one, you will reach 11th and a half ground. By opening 7 chakras, you would reach 13th ground. So in Tantric Buddhism, we talk about fruition based on the chakras that's being opened. Now we will discuss Vimalakirti Sutra. That the benevolent ones, like today we would say the virtuous ones, because when Vimalakirti was sick, many people visited him, and taking advantage of this incident, he spoke a dharma according to different spiritual capacities. The benevolent one who strives to attain the Buddha's body to purge the illness of sentient beings. If you attain the Buddha of the body, then you definitely will be free from illnesses. Human body will definitely be sick. Don't think you're healthy and you're free from sicknesses. But everyone will be sick, especially at old age, and the sickness keep changing. All kinds of sicknesses around the body. The whole body starts to change one after another. The 3 highs, that's illnesses. It's just diabetes. One is what's it called? So because of diabetes, you would have the eye problem, and then kidney problem. Those are the more major problem. But there are also many minor problems. So that's why we say that when sentient beings are sick, that I am sick too. Because Vimalakirti too is one of the sentient beings. He was a lay Buddhist practitioner. Then of course he can also have sicknesses, but he make use of being sick to tell people that they should get Buddha's body, because by gaining the Buddha's body you can stop the sicknesses of sentient beings. Then all the sicknesses will be gone. a Dharma body will not get sick. But the human body will definitely get sick. I've talked about it from head to toes, filled with illnesses, including nails. Nails so healthy, and then there's also illness related to nails, like fungal nails. That's also an illness. Nails are very strong, and yet there's still an illness about it. And hair too. How can the hair be sick? Yes, when it fall out, and then you have a bald head. And the hair can change too. Doesn't matter what color hair you have. Blonde, when you're old, it would become silvery or white. Or black hair, it becomes white too. So black-haired, blonde hair, silver, bronze. At old age, they all become white or silvery, gray. So the hair too, a tiny thing, and still infected with diseases. The Buddha's body and Dharma body are not affected by illnesses, and it's ever present. If you can cultivate spiritual until you gain the Dharma body. Some people can see Grandmaster's Dharma body. My physical body has illnesses. I've talked about this year. 79 has not been a good year. I had problems with my digestive system, hypertension that could not be brought down. After we took care of the hypertension and digestive system, I had problems with water. I have water retention on my legs, in my legs. Why do I have water retention? Very simple. Don't think that drugs can cure illnesses. They have side effects. The doctor told me the blood pressure lowering medicine gives the side effect of water retention in the legs. Then what should we do? The doctor told me. So because of the water retention in the legs, you should drink less water, but you should still drink, but the middle way. Dr. Jang told me, you drink so much water. I drink lots of water every day. And you have water in your legs, but you drink a lot of water. So it should be the middle way. So when you're supposed to drink some, but don't drink too much. And second, don't take in any salt. If it's too salty, too much salt, then you would have swollen feet. so cannot take too much salt. And third, the doses for the blood pressure lowering medication should be decreased, because a drug is a poison, so there's no benefit to take too much of it. Whether it's Chinese, herbal, or Western medicine, they all have side effects. So he told me to take less blood pressure lowering medication, should not drink salted water, which is the, what is it called? The sports drink, the sports drink that has some water. Do you know? So it's like a kind of drink or soda, but actually includes too much sodium. I like to drink that, a sports drink. Yeah, it's called sports drink. Or isotonic drink. It's to replenish water, but it has too much sodium and potassium. And also protein drinks. Ensure. Yeah, Ensure shouldn't drink Ensure. There has too much proteins and chemicals. So Dr. Jack Hong told me to stop these three things. Don't drink too much water. Don't take too much salt. And don't then decrease the doses for the medication in order to take care of the swollen feet. So many problems. How come a body has so much problems? And reading the Vimalakirti Sutra, now I know that the body is not clean, that the body is weak. If you have a hole in the arteries and then infected by germs or bacteria or virus, then you would have cellulitis. Then you would get inflamed and it would be red and swollen and painful, and there would be cellulitis. Then you would need antibiotics to stop it, to kill all the germs. I have gotten cellulitis before. This body is really useless. But the Dharma body has no ailments. My own Dharma body is free from illnesses. The Indonesian her name is Maya, but in Chinese it's like, oh my heavens, it's like oh my God, like oh my mother. It sounds like that. So Maya, have you ever seen Grandmaster's Dharma body? Yes, I know that you have. She's seen Grandmaster's Dharma body. Many people have seen my Dharma body. So I can call on her name because she's from Indonesia, or the one from Taiwan, Han Yu. Have you seen my Dharma body? Yes. Did the Dharma body speak to you? Yes. The Dharma body can speak. And the Dharma body is free from all illnesses. And the Dharma body has no need to sleep. And the Buddha's body has no need to sleep, no need to eat. So it's truly nice to have a Buddha's body. In the future, when my physical body disappears, but my Dharma body remains still here. And the Dharma body can go to Indonesia to look for Maya, can go to Taiwan. Don't think that Han Yi is in America and Maya is in America. But the Dharma body is free. And my mother also gained a Dharma body. So she's the great master Dharma body Avalokitesvara. At the start of the group practice, my mother came here. She let me know. She appeared because she said that the relatives from the father this way and the mother over there, this is for me, okay? The father clan is to the left and from the mother to your right. When she said, the relatives from the mother said, my mother came. I did not expect it, but my mother came. Her Dharma body came, and I saw her. And she appeared very clearly, like when she was very young, appearing in the sky, and then transformed into Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. And then I know that she's the great master Avalokitesvara. First, she appeared as my mother's look, and then transformed into Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. So just now, I saw my mother, and because she chanted it. My impression of her look when she was young or when she was old was not so vivid. But when I saw her, I knew that that's my mother. And then instantly she transformed into Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. And because she stated, relatives from the father and from the mother, and I haven't seen her for a long time, and suddenly she appeared and to let me see, to let me feel. So I can see a Buddha's body and Dharma body. To obtain the Buddha body and Dharma body, you cut off all the illnesses of sentient beings and generate the mind of Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Which means you need to generate the commitment for spiritual cultivation. And initially, when you start on your spiritual cultivation, that's called the initial bodhisattva. with the initial vow. But once you strengthen your mind and once you truly attain the mind of Tao, that's from the initially generating the vow to you attaining and confirming it. So that's generating the mind of Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. In this way, the elder Vimalakirti gave Dharma teachings to his visitors, so thousands of people generated the mind of Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. So what this means is that the elder great master Vimalakirti make use of the opportunity to speak Dharma to the visitors according to their spiritual capacities. So you cannot speak words of higher learnings to people with low spiritual capacities or vice versa. So this is giving a Dharma teaching according to the spiritual capacity of his visitors. So thousands of people. So he was a very famous, a wealthy gentleman. That's why many people knew him. And when he was sick, many people visited him. So thousands of people generated the mind of Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Or we could say that they started their spiritual cultivation. So they felt that the Dhamma teaching of Vimalakirti was very good, and so they generated the mind to want to study Buddhism or Buddha Dharma. So Vimalakirti underwent hardship in order to deliver sentient beings. He manifested an illness so that people came to visit him to be able to hear his teachings. Nowadays, if there's a very famous person getting sick in the hospital and then thousands of people visit him in the hospital, nowadays in the past I did think that the blessing of visiting the sick is number one. If you visit a sick person, would generate a great blessing. But nowadays, if you get a COVID-19 and then want to visit, then maybe. And now it's not so easy to visit the sick. There's a rule in the hospital and visiting hours and limited to a certain number of people. You cannot have so many people coming together. But in ancient India, it's possible. Thousands of people visiting him because he was sick. the next part is when Sakyamuni Buddha sent his disciples to visit Vimalakirti. So the title is Disciples, chapter 3. A guru and his disciples are actually equal, with no differentiation at all. But why a disciple is called a disciple? That the guru is the senior and the disciple is the follower. And the meaning of disciple is to respect the one without the sage as their guru, because you're still learning, you're a disciple. But actually it is a relationship like brothers. So the guru is the bigger brother and a disciple is the younger brother. So that's all. But actually there is no difference. The siblings are siblings. In Christianity we often say we are all brothers and sisters. It's just that they have more seniority. So the followers of a guru are all called disciples. So Sakyamuni Buddha asked his disciples to visit Vimalakirti. So the chapter on disciples, referring to Sakyamuni Buddha to visit the sick Vimalakirti. That's the meaning of the title of this chapter. Is this a joke? Hmm? 2 days ago, a young mother saw her boss and said, "Boss, I'm pregnant." Everybody was shocked and then asked, "Does your husband know?" So the boss asked, "But my husband asked me to talk to you." This is all misunderstanding. Oh, because the husband asked this pregnant mother to ask the boss to lessen the work. So Jenny from California all of a sudden kneel in front of the temple and told me, "Grandmaster, I'm pregnant." And I said, "Be careful what you're saying." On a public bus, a woman is pregnant. A man was sitting on his seat. And then there is a big belly lady who was standing in front of him, and she told him, "I'm pregnant." So what she meant is to let her sit on his seat, but he replied, "It's not mine. I'm not related to you." Someone go to a fortune teller and told him, "I'm in my 30s and such a failure. I have no job, I have no career, and I have no money. What should I do?" And then the fortune teller told him, "You would be poor and going through hardships until 50. And I thought, there would be a turning point at 50. And then the fortune teller looked at him and said, "From then on, you would get used to it." A friend called me and asked me to go save him. There are 12 people beating him. I didn't say anything and went there right away. And then it solved halfway. 6 people beat him and another 6 beat me. Mani Pemi Hum.